So Legacy Mike here, super excited to talk about this next episode and the Hilton Head Mastermind event. Whenever we do events, we want it to be luxurious and we want to taste the dream. So we stay at amazing places, we spare no expense, and we want to make sure we set the tone and the environment for growth and mindset expansion. So the houses on Hilton Head Island, these things are amazing. We have 2 houses. Both of them are over 3,000 square feet, 5-6 bedrooms each. There's pools and hot tubs and outside cabanas, and we're 50 yards from the beach and prime real estate on Hilton Head Island. It's an amazing atmosphere and amazing environment. Tropical locations, palm trees in the background, just sets the atmosphere for a good time and a good place to hang out. As you saw in the pilot episode, it was my story from starting my window cleaning company, now to building real businesses and multiple streams of income, and the journey to get there. So now that you saw my story about building my window cleaning business, it's time to dive into the Legacy Entrepreneurs Hilton Head Mastermind event and showcase the next episode of this docu-series. Let's go! What's up everyone? Legacy Mike here. We're in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina for our Legacy Entrepreneurs Mastermind event, and I can't wait to get started. So we have 3 days of action packed into this event. So we're gonna start out by hanging out at the houses, have a nice happy hour, opening speech tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna dive into breakout sessions. We have a beach party planned. We have Jason Ladani coming in, is one of the best sleight of hand magicians in the world, to do a private performance for us. And on top of that, we're gonna do a big casino night afterward where we have professional dealers come in for blackjack and poker and roulette, and it's just gonna be an amazing party with catering and awesome food. So we got the stuff set up at the houses, everything's good to go. We're just waiting on our first guests to arrive. So come on with me and let's get this party started. Let's go. What you'll find is that the lessons are built through the pain that you experience in your life. We always want to talk about the victories and how we're doing awesome, but the pain will teach you things and will actually get you to move, right? Pain is inevitable. Every single one of us in this room has and will experience incredible amounts of pain in their life. It's what we do with it that's important. That's just, how is that even possible? Thanks for following our journey. It's been an awesome couple of days. Make sure you tune into the next episode. But for now, this is Legacy Entrepreneurs Hilton Head. Let's go! So what we're hoping to accomplish by people coming to these events is to expose the things that you don't know. And once you see those gaps, you need to be able to fill them. Because sometimes if there is a gap, you don't know how to fill it. You don't know what the right steps are. So our goal is to accomplish that all in one shot. Figure out the things that you're missing in your business, the pieces that aren't connecting, the systems, the processes, the marketing tactics, whatever it is in your business that you're missing. It's our job to not only identify those things, but help give you the action steps, help give you the connections, and help give you the resources in order to implement and solve the problem and make positive and real change. So we had some amazing people come out to this mastermind event. We had my wife, Kathy, come out, my business partners, Dan Rivers and Brian Ronk. Brian owns a HVAC company out near Seattle, Washington. He's got about 20 employees on his team, multiple 7 figures of revenue. Brian is just an awesome guy. He's really strategic with operations and sales, as well as my business coach, Kelly Garrett. And a lot of my friends and people that I've done business with, as well as our Legacy League Mastermind attendees. So the people that are in our coaching group get to come to these events included in their membership. So it's a family reunion, or it's a way for people in the group to stay connected throughout the year and reunite and talk about the progress they've made and just reform those connections and further expand on them.
So let's talk about that $1 million company. It's not big enough to wet my whistle to keep me interested. No wonder we all jump from one shiny object to another. It's because these aren't big enough. It's just not. But let's take it over, and I hope I can do it on the same, and just add a number to it, okay? Add a 0. I don't have to go, y'all are smart people. Let's go down here, okay? Add a 0 to it. This is going to be 40% margin. We got that to spend, and now I'm going to subtract 1.2 for the 30% expenses. The things that change here, now we're at 2.8 EBITDA. Now we're going to go buy a building. If you're building a $10 million company, you have a building, and the SBA is going to give you 25 years. So now we got to subtract 852 for our mortgage on our building, and we got to subtract $700,000 for taxes. So we have about 1.248 as a bottom line. Now, my purpose of this telling you, this isn't going to keep a lot of people interested. This is probably going to keep a few people interested. This is what you can take home and put in your household income, 1.248. This is, you might have even paid yourself a salary, and then now you're going to take home this and bring this to her at home. I promise you she'll change her mental state. So you bring this home, now we're talking something different. Okay? My point here is not to tell everybody who's doing $1 million business, is to figure out how to do a $10 million business, and then you say, well, Kelly, well, how do you do that? Well, to me, how you do that is stay in these rooms, find the best broker in the whole county, find you a bigger business to play in.
So there's certain steps that you have to take to get your business off the ground and to allow it to make some money. But if you want to grow and scale and turn it into something big and a bigger business, there's different steps that you have to take. And those steps can be learned from getting around other like-minded people and being in masterminds and going to these networking events where people are much farther ahead than you, so you can learn exactly how they did it and duplicate it in your business. So there's different levels to business, right? You know, if you're starting out and you're going from 0 to your first 100K, you're gonna have to do things a certain way to get there. But what got you from 0 to 100K isn't gonna get you from 100 to 200 and 200 to 500 and 500 to $1 million. We have to constantly be reinventing ourselves and learning new tactics, learning new tricks of the trade, learning new business things that are gonna get us to the next level. So in this episode, we're gonna talk about how to get your business from off the ground to making money, and then turn it into a bigger business and a real asset that you can sell. And not only that, how you can become a better version of yourself and live your legacy through building something bigger and greater than you.
If you knew your death date, would it change the way you live? When I was 17 years old, I just remember we were hanging out. It's like, I don't know, 6 o'clock at night, a little dark out. We turned the corner. I grew up in a city, maybe not Detroit, but it's a city. We have about 8 or 9 gangs. And I remember we pulled up. I was there with a couple of friends. They just went in the house, and I was the last one to get out of the car. And a gang of kids came around the corner. And they thought we threw rocks at them. And one of them put a gun point blank to my head and asked me, did we throw rocks at him? I said, no, dude, we just pulled up here. Kept my eyes down. Nope, just pulled up here, didn't do anything. Felt like it was about 20 minutes, probably like 5 seconds. Put the gun down, walked away. We all have stories, is what I'm getting at. We've all had our struggles. We've all had our issues. Maybe people in here have had almost near-death experiences or some struggles in their life, but it got me thinking about mortality at a way younger age, because most of the times I should have died have been pretty much in my teens to my 20s. So it really got my mind thinking like, all right, what am I gonna do to live life to the fullest? That's why I'm not afraid to take risks. That's why I'm not afraid to go for it. And that's why I'm not afraid to really grow. And that's why when I got to my late 30s and I realized I was an entrepreneur and I met someone amazing like Kelly and Danny and the people I was around who aren't afraid to adding zeros and going big and growing, it's got me the most excited I've ever been in my life.
I wanted to approach Hilton Head with a little bit different angle. And I talked about my end of life and kind of going backwards from that journey. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but it's something that humans do in general is we're afraid to die. I know I am. And it's easy for us to not think about mortality. But a few of the books I've been reading really talks about understand you are mortal. It's amazing on the power of making sure we fulfill and live the lives that we truly want to live and putting together a life plan now, not waiting until we're 70 years old to put a bucket list together that we can't do 3/4 of the items on it. So I actually started off at Hilton Head talking about my obituary, and it got me to cry a little bit, but it really opened it up to understanding that life is volatile. So let's go for our goals. Let's go big. Let's take chances, because anybody who Googles this, it looks like some of the biggest regrets people have are not that they tried something and failed, but it's that they didn't try it at all. And that's what excites me, is that I wanted to empower people to really go for it all, not be afraid to take risks, not be afraid to think big and maybe do something scary, because if it ain't scary, it's probably not pushing you hard enough. Bottom line is, life is short. We all have hurdles or things we have to overcome. But don't live with any regrets. Just go for it.
So when Dan Rivers got up and gave his talk, I was just mind blown by some of the stuff that he said. I didn't realize he had some of the stuff in his background and went through some of the issues and struggles that he went through. And it was just so cool to see him open up and share and be extremely vulnerable about his past and some of the things that he's failed in the past and how he's worked through those things and grown and implemented them in his life and business. So in putting together the speakers and the panel talks, we want to make sure that we're bringing in A-player people to help teach, guide, and train you at these events. So we've assembled an awesome team of people to come out. Power couple, Tim and Christina Madden, who have executive career upgrades. They coach and mentor thousands of people across the country. They're best-selling authors, and they've helped so many people advance their career. Tony Van Schoik, who is one of the top network marketing people in the world, and just has an amazing energy, also a best-selling author. We got John Evans, who's an operations ninja. He's built multiple companies, invests in real estate, just an overall class act guy. Ryan Fox, who owns a multiple 7-figure lighting company. He does Christmas lights and landscape lighting, and has just built an amazing organization and culture. We had Angela Schroeder there, who runs a company that helps people streamline their processes and implement virtual assistants into their business to get their time back. Now, in selecting the speakers and the panel talks, we're not always looking for people that make the most money or, have the biggest accolades and the most trophies. We're looking for people who are real, who are genuine, and want to help people, and more importantly, represent our core values at Legacy Entrepreneurs. The people that attend these types of events are very unique and special people. They make lots of money, they're busy people, they have a lot going on in their personal lives, they value their time. So it's difficult to get these people into the room, which is why you should be there, because this is a selective group of people that are all rowing in the same direction, that have already achieved some level of success. Some people will think, why does Legacy Entrepreneurs charge so much money for these events? Well, first of all, there's a lot that goes into it with the logistics and the accommodations and all that stuff. But by having these difficulties and having these constraints, it weeds the people out who aren't serious about their personal and professional development. Although it is difficult to assemble all these people in the room, once they're there, the environment's just magical, and it's crazy what happens. I've personally benefited so much from these networking events, it's hard not to shout from the streets and sing the praises of them. Some of my best friends have even come from this group and these networking events. So these are all-inclusive trips, so they include food, drinks, lodging, entertainment, anything that we do at the event is all included. So you just have to show up, be there, and have a good time. We don't want people having to worry about what hotel to stay at, where to order food from, what kind of fun activities to plan on their own. We take care of all of it from A to Z, so that way you can have an amazing experience and you can focus all of your energy on growing your business and living your legacy.
Be so good they can't ignore you. I don't mean to get into politics, but Bill Maher, his character, smartest guy in the room, I love that character, because he always turns it against the audience, and that's what this was. Oh no, that's a great idea. That's what Bill Maher does that a lot, where somebody will say something and just uses their idea against them. Billy Crystal did the same thing. People say I sound like Billy Crystal or act like him too. So people will say like, oh, it's gotta be a rubber card or something, that's how you did it. And I go, oh no, that's exactly what it was, a rubber card. Yeah, of course, look how it stretches like this, So that kind of mocking thing there, Bruce Wayne, those types of characters. So any of the actors that played some of those roles that I feel like I've used you for 10 years to develop what I'm doing, I would like to thank them by performing back to them, if I ever get that opportunity.
The stuff that Jason can do with cards and in his show is just mind-blowing. It was so exciting to see. I still am trying to figure out how he did some of these tricks. So it was such a privilege having Jason Ladani come out for our show. He does an amazing job, and this guy is so world-class. He's got millions of followers on social media, but he's just a great guy. And what's so cool about these small group settings is that you get to build this real and genuine relationship. Like Jason and I have exchanged phone numbers, and we've stayed in contact since previous events, and it's just so cool to have these real and meaningful relationships. So just so thankful for Jason to come out and do an awesome show for us. It was so entertaining. I'm so appreciative of all of you guys for watching this content and following our journey with Legacies Untold, and I'm so excited to show you what happens in episode 3 when we introduce Mike Fallett, aka Bookman, and show you his hero's journey of how he went from corporate job to broke to best-selling author. Tune in to the next episode.
We are all, as entrepreneurs, on the hero's journey. It's all about transformation. It is all about becoming the person that we see in our dreams. Having courage, having outstanding achievements, having noble qualities is a path of transformation to a higher self, freedom, psychological healing, spiritual growth. I am telling you that I believe entrepreneurship is a personal development journey disguised as a business journey.
We're getting ready to load this aircraft, jump out of the aircraft, and get this thing started.
We're in the middle of booking this. It is not finalized yet, but it should be soon, so I'm going to announce it anyway. We're going to be booking